Hey photographers, take a look at this. We shot some clouds, and now I want to show you how to make some really epic clouds with Photoshop here. So we've got the shot that I took just outside the school in the morning, and it's a pretty epic shot, gotta say. You got this nice contrast, and I'm going to show you how to make it even better. What we're going to do is we're going to use something called adjustment layers, and here are the adjustment layers here. On your screen, they'll be on the right-hand side. Mine has a floating window. So I'm going to walk you through a few different techniques. All right, first one, we're going to use curves. All right, curves, when you call it up, shows all the information from light to dark. And one easy way to add contrast to this thing in one simple step is to take this curve and add a little couple points. So I'm going to grab and drag up here, and you notice that it gets brighter on the image. And then down at this bottom quarter, I'm going to bring it down. And this is what you call an S-curve. It's a very gentle S-curve. And take a look at the image now, right? Just a tiny little bit of an S-curve with this curves adjustment layer. And this is before and this is after. So much drama, which is really, really cool. All right. If you wanted to save this at this point, because you've got multiple layers, you would go to File, Save As, and then you would change the format down here to JPEG, and that would flatten it down to one image, save it in your G Drive, and once it's a JPEG, it's ready to go onto Flickr. All right, so there's method number one. I'm going to take this curves adjustment layer, trash it. All right, start with our basic image again. I'm going to show you method number two. All right, method number two is doing monochrome after the fact. So we've played with monochrome inside the camera. Monochrome in Photoshop is so much fun. All right, so here is your black and white monochrome adjustment layer right here. So I'm going to click it. All right, and you'll notice that it comes up as another layer. You've got the sky in black and white there. Now take a look at these sliders over here. All right, we've got all these different sliders, and if we bring a slider over, it's going to make blues darker. All right, so I'm going to bring the blues right down, and you can see some of these the blueness in the sky is already darker. You know, I can bring the cyan, play with it. Look at that, super dramatic all of a sudden. Don't like that. I'm going to bring the yellows up so the yellowness of the sun is super bright. And what does the red do? Red, I'm going to bring up a little bit there. So look at that, just a little play and cranking of these dials. And you've got some super dramatic Ansel Adams like sky here, all right, in black and white. Bam, awesome. All right, so there's another method for enhancing the color or removing the color, making it super dramatic in black and white. All right, on to method number three. Here we go, trash the layer. All right, we're back to our original image. I'm going to try something a little bit different this time. All right, so this is a little bit more advanced. We've got curves here. I'm going to add a curves adjustment layer. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different. This is with this curves blend. I'm going to add a different kind of blending mode. If you scroll down here, instead of normal, I'm going to go to soft light. Watch the difference that this makes. I didn't even adjust this curves adjustment layer. Bam. All right, take a look at that. Before and after. I didn't even touch the curve. There's no S-curve whatsoever. It just changed the blending mode. That's pretty cool. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color tone with a color balance adjustment layer. So I'm going to take this tool over here. It's the quick selection tool. All right. If it's showing up as magic wand, it's in the same kind of hub as the magic wand. So I'm going to quick selection tool and then drag and drop quickly over the image. I'm going to try to not grab the school. See how the selection is grabbing the sky and the clouds, but I'm trying to avoid grabbing the school. So I'm coming down here as close to the horizon as I can get it without selecting the parking lot. I'm going to come in down here between the tree sculpture and whatnot. So here we go. So we've got this this selection. The school isn't selected, but the sky is. All right, so now I'm going to take a look, and I'm going to look for this balance icon. See that one? All right, so color balance, I'm going to click that one. Now you've got these sliders that go yellow to blue, magenta to green, cyan to red. All right, right now we're affecting the midtone. So watch what happens when I take this and clock it over to the blue. Ooh. All right, so all of a sudden we've got more kind of bluey tones in the sky. All right, and I'm going to enhance that even more by taking that top slider over to the cyan. Wow, look at that blue. All right, so here's before, and look at that. All right, really nice contrast here because you've still got the kind of yellow tones in the school on the right hand side and the blue in the sky. All right, if you want to amp that up even further, see where it says tone up here in this slider, bring it up to highlight. All right, the sliders go back to 0, and you can mess with it even more. You mess with it a ton, it's going to start to get unrealistic, and we don't want that. We don't want a fake sky. All right, so we're just trying to do it a little bit. In fact, this is looking a little bit heavy-handed at this point, so I'm going to actually go over to the color balance adjustment layer, all right, and bring the opacity down a little bit. So I'm going to bring the opacity back down to 30-40%, all right, just so there's a hint of that there, but it's not quite as like whack in your face, heavy-handed. So look at this. This was before, all right. You see a lot more yellows and reds and things like that, and with the color balance to amp up the blues. There we are. All right, and as always, when you're happy with an option, File, Save As. Okay, that's going to save a version there of. Change the format down here to JPEG, then name it, and then get it on Flickr and show the world. All right, so let's see what you can do, making those cloud photos even more epic, either black and white or color. All right, that's it.